Well, in the last week, more than 50 Derby residents have died with coronavirus. And the city's COVID rate is now higher than anywhere else in this region. But why is that? Here's our social affairs correspondent, Jeremy Ball.
Mackworth, one of Derby's outer estates. This area began the year with one of our region's highest COVID case rates. 1 in every 100 people who live here tested positive in a single week. These local COVID rates can be affected by small numbers of tests, of course, but they're important because they're spotting patterns that can protect people who are vulnerable.
There's a lot of loss of life at the moment, and that's creating a lot of anxieties and playing on people's mental health and well-being.
This is how Mackworth's COVID rates compare with the rest of Derby over the last 4 months. As numbers rise, you can see the colours get darker, hotspots constantly changing. Look at the difference across the city here at Rose Hill and Castle Ward. Its early November rate was below most other areas, but now it's soared. At the end of last year, cases there trebled in just 1 week. It's easy to see why the virus might spread faster in Rose Hill and Castle Ward. A lot of people are working, from food outlets to the care system, in jobs where they meet the public, and living in larger households where there are more people to infect. That sharp rise in cases in this part of Derby came after Christmas bubbles allowed 3 of those households to mix. And one local councillor is worried about the impact that had on the local Pakistani community because there are a lot of vulnerable elderly relatives living in large extended families. That councillor used to be Derby's mayor. He's convinced it's costing lives and concerned that funerals could then spread it again.
Regardless of what the guidelines are, people are going to make sure that they attend their father's funeral, and so probably will their grandchildren. And that begins to create a kind of spiral of its own.
Derby City Council says it's concerned that cases are spreading so rapidly. It's asking businesses here to tighten their COVID procedures and religious leaders to help communicate COVID safety advice.
This isn't unique to Derby. It might be things related to, deprivation, areas where people have no choice but to work, can't afford to work from home.
It's little over a month since our region's highest coronavirus rates were in South Wigston and villages around Melton Mowbray. Today it was Sutton in Ashfield. And here, record COVID rates last week have now fallen below other parts of Derby. The key message: none of us can be complacent. Jeremy Ball, BBC Midlands Today, Derby.